Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 9 Week 4 Day 5 live stream. Today, of course, we have ourselves the new Bounty Hunter event with the new troop of the Eagle Owl, I believe it was. It is pretty useless, and that's not it. Though, actually, aren't we done with it? Yeah, we already claimed all the rewards. Anyways, what I meant to click on is Bounty Hunter over here. So, of course, we had this going on starting today, and it's going to be going on throughout the entirety of the weekend, all of today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So at Monday reset, it will be finished. As far as the new troop, it is, as I mentioned, pretty bad. We kind of went over it last night as well. It's a 10 mana cost red-yellow, destroys a column, deals some damage to the first enemy. Boosted by blue gems at only a 1/1. It is very bad, even in Arena, and even in Bounty Hunter. It just is not enough damage. Doesn't even have synergy with the kingdom that's from. Doesn't have synergy in Bounty Hunter, which is like the only place you would even use it on. It's basically never going to be used again after this week. However, it does give a bonus this week, so we shall indeed do it. And we'll go buy up all the tiers. And by all the tiers, I mean tier 5, then use small blue on it. Though do make sure to ascend it before you do. Otherwise, you just wasted a small blue. I believe it was tier 5, right? Yeah. It should be the one that gives us the last little reward, yeah. Hey, we got a little owl set. Is this owl set 3? We have 2 other owl sets? Since when did we get owl set 1 and 2? I guess when the Strix event we ended up getting 1? Maybe both of the 2, I'm not sure. How are we already at 3? Anyways, let's go and upgrade this thing. Get him battle ready. And should be good to go. So we'll go ascend him, make sure to do this first so we can actually go use a blue orb on it. Otherwise it'll be a waste. Get our little blue on there. And he's good to go. Get him fully traded. That's not what I want to click on. If you click on any of them, it'll bring up the thing where it shows you where to get the trace stone rather than actually upgrading it. There we go. And now we got ourselves a battle-ready owl. And now we just build the standard meta for every bounty hunter team in existence, which is build everything around a Tagraki. So we'll go like a Ogress, if I could type a G. Get an Ogress in there. Get a Tagraki. Get a owl in there. And get a... this other one's pretty flexible. I normally go Corpse Mirror. And we're good to go. And as the team. And then we just change our banner accordingly to something like a brown-red. Let's see. Let's minus purple. See what it gives us. That's not what I wanted. I wanted minus purple there. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have +2 green, +2 red. I'm not sure if I want to go down that route though. Though that does give us most amount of mana. So I might just go the maze banner. No reason not to. What would be slightly more optimal would be going something like a +2 red, +1 brown, or a +2 red, +1 yellow. Actually, +2 red, +1 yellow would probably be our absolute best. However, we don't have an option, so let's go with that. Anyways, it should be good. Class doesn't matter because it does absolutely nothing. And that will be our team for the entirety of Bounty Hunter. And if you have a 30 times multiplier, you know you have a correct team. And I was going to be running this. Pretty standard Bounty Hunter. 3 good troops and whatever the useless new Bounty Hunter troop is. As is standard for pretty much every bounty hunter in existence. Anyways, hello everyone! Hope all you've been doing good. Hello Defiant, hello Isabel, hello Nightmare. Hey, wow, we literally just started. We already got a Val Raven. Hello Defiant, hello Isabel, hello Nightmare, hello Bill, hello Gimli, hello Daddy Shark, hello Ricardo, hello Bill, hello Tyrion, hello Wyatt, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Gustavo, hello let's see, hello NASA, hello everyone else, and hello everyone who didn't say hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so what do we need here? We'll go and... we actually can use him for the earlier battles. And by the earlier battles, I mean like the first 10, because that's the only area he will actually be able to do anything, even remotely well. If nothing else, at least he gets a little bit of mana accumulation. So we can use his useless mana to give his mana to someone who actually uses their mana well. Because he does get 8 mana per cast, plus whatever he might cascade. Which is not great, but it's more than 0. It's better than the ones that do something really, really useless. At least he gives some mana back to troops that are not useless. So there's that going forward, I guess. Though it is definitely never going to be used going forward. It is only usable in this bounty event, because it gives extra multiplier. And it will basically be never used again for anything other than giving a Strix an extra star. So Suncrest now has a 21 star, so it's easier than ever to get 10 or 20 if you need it for extra stats. Has already had 20 for the extra +1 attack, however now it gets a little bit extra tribute or something. Yeah, tribute reward. Which isn't much, but it gets makes it easier to get the other good milestones. And it's still a little extra something, I guess. But not too big of an upgrade there. Anyways, let's keep going. I still like getting every single troop upgraded as soon as we get it, though. It's a little bit more expensive resource-wise, but it's still not that bad. I believe it's 710 gems. I know we literally just bought it. But I believe it's 710 gems plus a blue orb, which isn't too bad to do Bounty Hunter. It is possible if we get really unlucky to actually lose loot while doing Bounty Hunter, though. It's very unlikely most of the time, but it can happen. Oh yeah, also the 6-year anniversary of the channel's tomorrow. And we will have one the tier list up, don't you worry. Though it won't be the troop one. Has some complications setting that up, so we will be doing the, specifically the class-related one. We will be doing the troop one at some point. However, the class one will be up tomorrow, and then around noon we'll be doing a very long stream. That should mostly be Gems of War. I might throw a few other things in there, but it's probably going to be mostly, if not all, Gems of War grinding for the Horde Mimic. We're going to make tomorrow, hopefully, we get Horde Mimic Day for the 6-year anniversary of the game. Which will also be us, once again, completing all troops in the game, as is the only thing we are missing. That and one of those weapons. Well, technically 2 of those weapons, because I forgot it during the holiday. But, as far as troops are concerned, it's the only thing we're missing. At exactly noon? Yes. It should be at exactly noon Eastern Standard Time. Unless the video is being weird and not wanting to upload. In which case it might get delayed ever so slightly. But yeah, noon Eastern Standard Time exactly is the game plan. And we'd probably go for, I want to say 9-ish hours? So basically all the way through to the normal Gems of War time. But yeah, like 9-10 hours, somewhere around there. Starting from around noon. That is the game plan. Hello, Presumed! Hello, Nightmare. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Supernova. I will take the Ogress mana. Oh yeah, I just realized I don't have the correct metal setup, do I? Wait, do I? I know I didn't change it. But I think I might have defaulted it to be the correct one. Because we want to be running 20% mana start into 8 magic. And we are currently running exactly that. Okay. All is good. I had a feeling we might have ended on that. Wasn't 100% sure, though. There are some situations where you actually run 12 magic here. It depends on if the final battle you can one-shot with a difference of 4 magic or not. If you can kill them a turn earlier because of it, it is worth having 12 magic over the 20% mana start. However, it really just depends if the 4 magic is actually enough to close the gap or not. Normally it's not, but it just depends on the given week. Unfortunately, none of them this time around have any bonus. Like, there are some weeks where Tigraki will have something like a 10% or 20% bonus, or Corpse Mirror or something similar. But this week, actually, none of them do. Not even the Owl. Not even the Bounty Captain. Because a lot of the times the Bounty Troop is not associated to what the Kingdom actually is on a given week. And of course, this week, even though it's a Kakarot event, we have a Suncrest Troop. Yeah, very rarely do they actually match up. They have occasionally in the past, but normally they don't match up. So thank you, Defiance. Hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. I gotta make sure to do that in inverse order. We actually want to kill with Corpse Mirror first. If the Tigraki is not going to do enough damage. Or, I mean, if the Tigraki generally does more damage than the Corpse Mirror. So if we want to optimize damage, we normally want to do it the other way around. That particular instance, it didn't matter. But I do want to remember that going forward. Because we don't want to waste an extra turn or two. Because this thing's always doing around, like, 49-ish. Whereas this thing, by default, is already hitting higher, even without any boost ratio. And it can hit way, way higher, depending on what their armor is currently at. So you normally want to be using Tigraki on the bigger hit, so you can actually secure the one-shot. Hello, Clip Bomb! Welcome. Working from work? Well, I hope work is going well. Don't get too distracted. Well, I'll get our Explosion in there. Hey, that's something I actually wanted to poll. How many people do Bounty Hunter these days? I don't think we actually polled it last Bounty Hunter. Do you partake in Bounty Hunter weekends? Let's see. We're gonna have yes. Oh wait, I need to have multiple different yeses. So I'm gonna have no as the first option. Or not usually. Not usually. Let me go add 2 more options. Let's see. Tier 5 plus blue. That's not a plus. Plus blue. Tier 6. Tier 7 plus. There we go. That covers all the bases, right? Well, I guess free battles. I don't have an option for free battles. That's probably a pretty relevant one, isn't it? Let's see. I'm not sure where to put it. I might just not put it in the poll? Gosh, YouTube, you need 5 options. Why limit us with 4? Let's see. So we have a no... Oh, no. I have all the options except for normally free. I could always just not include it. That or include it under not usually. Not usually or free battles. There we go. Because free battles is pretty good if you just want, you know, loot. You should pretty much always do the free battles. The tier 5 plus blue is the lowest amount of gems you could spend to get the entirety of the bounty hunter event done. Tier 6 is the lowest amount that you could spend without using a blue orb to get the bounty hunter event done. And tier 7 plus is pretty much you trying to get leaderboard. Like, there's not any other reason to do tier 7 plus. That, or if you want to get bounty hunter done really quick by getting like the extra potion effects or something. But normally it's done for leaderboard. Let's see. What do we take here? Get our explosion. Yeah, bounty hunter rewards. You occasionally lose loot, but the amount of times you get something pretty good is pretty nice because you get 2 major orbs. It's one of the most consistent ways to get 2 major orbs. Like, even if you compare it to the rate during a vault event, unless you're running like 4 Nomapaloozas in an hour, that is the only thing you can do that gives more orbs than running bounty hunter, like relative to time done to orbs accumulated. It has the second best major orb accumulation in the game, plus it's 100% consistent. With the next best method being, or the absolute best method being, running Nomapaloozas during a vault event weekend. But the second best is just doing bounty hunter to its full completion, because you get 2 guarantee major orbs from it, among some other loot. Most notably 2 major orbs. Which of course in the current state of the game isn't as big as it used to be, but it's still really good loot. There's a lot of other ways to do it now. And by a lot of other ways, I mean Palooza. Nomapalooza. It's just one really singular good way of doing it. You're a bit tired? Yeah, I'm not sure why. I've been pretty tired the last few days. Which is weird, because I actually got some pretty good sleep today, yet I still feel so tired. I'll take that over. I don't know, maybe I'm just not getting enough energy from my diet. Well, if anything, I've almost been eating too much lately, because I've still been trying to finish off all the leftovers. All the fish has been done for a while, but I still have some of the ham and pineapple left. I haven't actually made a pizza out of it yet. Very tempted to, though. The last little bit that's left. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've been eating leftovers all week. I'm pretty sure it'll be done by this weekend. Hey, raise your hand if you don't even have 120 power orbs. Yeah, some people have a lot of loot. Like, some people's stacks of some loot is so absurdly high. Like, I still get random comments on, like, really old videos. Like, some of the more popular ones, Gems of War related. Where some people accuse me of, like, oh, you're hacking the game. You have, like, such big resource piles. And then I, like, look at other people's loot piles. It's like, some people have, like, 20 times my stacks. If people still think we hack sometimes with what we have. I've actually gotten accused of that with the Pokemon Legends Arceus streams, too, which was kind of funny. Like, they literally posted it on the stream that was showing, like, us getting 20 shinies. And it's like, oh, you're just hacking. I always find that pretty funny. Let's see, we'll take that over. Can you have any more power orbs than Tyran? I'm pretty sure someone out there does. Like, there's some people that consistently farm 40 plus hours on a, well, maybe 30 plus. Oh, no, there might be some people that do 40 plus hours on a Volt weekend. Like, every single time it comes around for the entire history that it existed. I'm not sure how people can be that consistently available on the weekends, though. I assume there's at least some of them that they don't grind as much on. Because that's already a lot of time. And to do that, like, consistently nearly every, if not every, Vault event. Especially because you don't necessarily know when some of them are coming. Like, we know the next one is next weekend. Not this weekend, but next 1 week from today is the next Bounty Hunter. But some of them we don't know in advance. Like, when exactly it's going to fall. And sometimes they throw a curveball one out there out of nowhere. Like, we got several of those earlier. Like, in the last, like, half a year, we got, like, 3 of them that came out of nowhere. In theory, how long would it take to craft 10 Zugofs? Theoretically, if you farmed for long enough, you can farm 1 Zugof per Vault event weekend. It would require you to play, like, nearly every single second of the weekend. Like, I'm talking, like, 40, 50 hours. However, it is technically possible in 1 single Vault weekend, though it is not advised to try. But it is technically possible to get a whole Zugof in 1 weekend. Which means you would only need 10 Vault weekends that you went, like, literally every single second playing in order to have a Zugof. Like, there are people that have crafted a Zugof in a weekend before. Like, from nothing. Or, you know, not necessarily from nothing, but, you know. Like, they've gotten enough resources in a single weekend to have crafted it. It's definitely possible, too. It's slightly luck-based, and it also requires you to, like, barely sleep. And spend nearly every waking second farming. But it is technically possible. I would not advise it. You definitely would want to spread it over the course of multiple months, or, you know, multiple Vault events. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Doesn't Tyrion play on one of the console versions too? I find that even more impressive too, because then he wouldn't be able to just randomly play on the phone. Because I feel like a lot of the people that do, like, let's say 30 or 40 hours in a weekend, like, most of them are mobile players. Or are on PC mobile and are using mobile for some of that amount of time. Because I would find it really hard to do something like 40 hours on something like that if you were to be at a completely stationary object, like a console or a or doing it on PC. It'd be easier if you had access to a phone for it, but console versions can't do that. Oh, you work from home now and have weekends off? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, we didn't get to see the final battle yet. Let's see, what do we have? Scarab Knight is tanky, but not annoying at least. Wait, is it? Doesn't it have that, No, it's fine. Yeah, it's just really tanky. Oh, he better not devour us. It's unlikely. But what's his max devour rate? Isn't it 4% per thing? Is it a base of 4% or 4% per thing? There's a 4% chance to devour them. Yeah, it has a base percent of 0, but 4% per mana drained, meaning that it can drain for up to 62%, or devour for up to 62 or 32%, which is a 1/3 chance. Oh, yeah, that's actually the scariest thing on this fight, I would say, is if he devours us. So I think we go for him first in every situation, because the only really bad thing that can happen is he randomly hits us with like an 8% devour chance, which would be very sad. But no, you can hit up to 32%, which is kind of scary. If that was to actually land. So we want to throw like double to Kaki pretty much immediately at him before he does something crazy. Also, probably should have taken that blue. Wait, the boost is from skulls? Wait, I thought it was from mana drains. Wait, let me go reread it. It's a little bit more manageable then. That's still kind of annoying. Is it actually from skulls? I extremely just misread that if so. I just assumed because it had the mana drain, it was like, oh yeah, it's also boosting off that. Let me double check it. Just need to win this battle. It's still about the same percent regardless to what way you look at it though. Because realistically there's going to be like, what, 4 to 8 skulls on the board? And an 8 mana drain, if it was boost ratio off of that, is realistically doing around 8 almost every time. If anything, it would almost be easier if it was skulls. Oh yeah, it is based on each skull. Okay, interesting. That's weird. Well, I have that, yet base it off of these skulls on the board. That's kind of fine, though. Because the average board is going to have less than 8 skulls. Meaning he's going to get less of a boost ratio than if he was to mana drain us. Also, he's about to devour me. He just devoured me. Oh yeah, this is going to be a very annoying bounty event. I can tell you right now, this might be one of the more annoying bounty events we've had in a very long time. That thing is super scary if it does not die within, like, immediately. And what's even worse is the bounty captain does not help at all for trying to kill this thing. I almost want to go the other targetable one. I almost want to replace our corpse mirror for the other target, because I think it's going to be required. Yeah, we could go Rift, but then the high attack value is going to be shifted to first slot. Oh wait, never mind. Is Rift targetable? I can't remember the way that Rift moves. Does it move whatever you target to last? I guess that could kind of work. Yeah, I was going to replace Corpse Mirror with the red-blue guy, because that allows us just to double target it. It allows us to keep the mana accumulation of Rift and still have a double poke for it. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I know his color and everything. He's somewhere around here. Where on earth is he? There he is. But yeah, deal true damage to an enemy boosted by red gems. Explode your gem at start of battle. Yeah, let's roll this. This allows us to double poke him a bit quicker. Which is very... Oh, I should have taken that brown cascade first, that brown to red. That could have been a full Tagraki. But we're fine with that. Still got a good cascade. But yeah, now we can double tap him with true damage before he gets to do anything. I think this will work out. But yeah, you can go with Rift Links. You definitely need 2 targetable true damage shots. Like, it doesn't matter what 2 you use, but you have to have 2. That seems really required for this bounty hunter. Because if you don't have 2, he's going to devour you some of the time. You know, if it's not all the time, some of the time is annoying enough to need a counter for it. I do want to keep Ogris, because not only do we need the mana accumulation, but it's nice to be able to stun his 50% score reduction. Because that allows us just to kill him with a skull if we want to. Otherwise, he's going to be really tanky to skulls. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more annoying, annoying bounty hunters we've had for a while. It's manageable, though. But that's a super important kill to get immediately. Hello, Lester and Eliza. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we'll take a skull here. Stun makes that a lot easier. Oh, no, I wouldn't remove the Ogress. I always like running Ogress. There's almost no bounty hunter where I remove Ogress from my team these days. It's just such a nice option to have. It's basically like a legend or a mythic. To this day, it is still the only troop in the entire game to have that final trait. Meaning, for all intents and purposes, its final trait is basically like a unique legend or mythic trait. While other troops at some point will be getting it, probably. As it currently stands, no other troop actually has its final trait. Which also makes it the only non-legend, non-mythic in the game. Actually, that's not true. It's the only non-common, non-legend, non-mythic in the game that has a unique trait, technically. Because there are commons that have it with the Guardian troops and stuff like that. There's a lot of weird categories of commons. As well as the Dooms that have a unique one. Common is a weird rarity. Because some things under common aren't actually common. What troop are you talking about? Oh wait, which one were you referring to with Lester? Yeah, Tagaraki plus Ogress is such a good combo for Bounty Hunter. Like, I don't think there's been a single Bounty Hunter since Ogress has existed where I did not go Ogress plus Tagaraki. It's just so good. I really want to see Skull Spam be viable for Bounty Hunter, though. There are a few Bounty Hunter troops that kind of are okay with Skulls, but there's not enough of them to, in accumulation, be enough to function. Like, you can run... Like, if you wanted to right now, like, even for this battle, you could get away with running a Skull-oriented Bounty Hunter team. The biggest issue with it is its speed is not the greatest. Bit of an underwhelming speed. Like, it would still win pretty handily, but it's just a little slow to get rolling. We just need, like, a few more really particular, like, good Skull troops for Bounty Hunter. And the meta might finally shift to actually run Skulls. At least if none of them have, like, any kind of annoying reduction or something. Oh, he just killed... I should have killed him instead of Valraven. I was like, what if the Valraven escapes? But yes, what if we lose to the spider? This is also a factor. Let's see. We just lost our entire team. We lost 90% of our team in one Devourer. That's quite an effective Devourer. Alright, new plan. Even if there's a Valraven, kill the spider first. It's just that big of a threat. As I'm literally leaving it for last, but it's mostly because he got a Devourer there. Don't you dare Devour twice. Good. That would have been so devastating. You know, someone has died to that already. Actually, that should be the poll. Though I didn't know this battle before we made the poll. But maybe I'll poll it tomorrow. Oh, maybe not, because that'll be the anniversary thing. Maybe I'll post it on Sunday, because then we'll have the full amount of data. But I'm going to poll on Sunday, if I can remember, how many, or if you have died to, like, an entire wipe. Or maybe, like, number of times it devoured you. Like 0 or 1 in a battle, 2 in a battle, 3 in a battle, or 4 in a battle. Because I'm actually curious if by Sunday, how many people would have gotten, like, 4 wiped by this thing. Where that troop just wipes out your entire team. It's definitely very possible. Like, if it double devours you, you're dead. Like, it just 4 wiped you. At that point. Also, one nice thing about Bounty Hunter, you do not actually lose points for deaths. It's not one of those game modes. So as long as you have at least one troop alive by the end, it still gives you the full amount of points. It only calculates out your starting multiplier. As long as your starting multiplier is as max as it can be, which is 30 times, you will be getting the max amount of points. It doesn't actually matter how well you do in the fight, it just matters that you win. The only thing that matters during the fight is don't lose and kill Valraven if it exists. Those are the only two parameters. Everything else doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many troops you lose or how long it takes. So ideally quicker, but slower teams are also fine. Oh yeah, we love polls. We've been doing polls like almost every stream lately. It's always fun to get your guys' feedback on stuff. Also, I like numerical data. I really like data. Data is fun. What about riftlinks? We could put a riftlinks there instead. The main reason I went with this is we have a double red banner because we're running double red, double green. And, well, then again, never mind. Riftlinks is red, purple. I was going to say because then the red leaks into it, but never mind. Red also leaks into riftlinks. Oh no, you could run it either way. If I'm not mistaken, isn't this a lower mana cost than Riftlinks though? I think it's less damage and a worse effect, like the side effect, because there's no side effect. But it has the benefit of being like 2 mana cost lower or something. I should have taken those blues. Also, Ogres is so tanky, you can normally just ignore the fact that it's even taking damage. The only thing you do have to put into consideration, though, is as it loses too much durability, you will actually, what was I doing? Oh, if you lose too much if you start losing HP, you start doing less explosions. So you have to be mindful of that. Also, one interesting thing about that owl, it actually does damage in correct order. There are quite a few troops that do that. I wasn't sure if it would. It's done that a couple times now. But it actually does the board damage before the ability damage, which is relevant because that actually removes barrier before it does the damage proc. So even if he has barrier, it'll still hit for the 53 something damage. Or, you know, like the 53 to 50 or 60 or so, whatever it ends up doing. So that 50 something damage will actually trigger before the, will trigger after the barrier proc from the board. So as long as you destroy at least one gem with a skull in it, or one column with a skull in it, it'll pop the barrier before it does the damage, which is very convenient. Especially in this fight, because that allows us to do the full damage to the first slot, even if we regain barrier. Yeah, I still can't believe tomorrow will mark 6 years of doing this, particularly the weekly video. We actually haven't been streaming for 6 years yet. The 6-year mark of that is like sometime in July or something. We normally don't celebrate necessarily that exact date. But the, oh gosh, that made a weird noise. But yeah, the 6-year anniversary of the channel is tomorrow. As far as when we started doing like the weekly Gems of War videos every single week. For all of time. But yeah, 6 whole years. That's a lot of time. Oh, what do we need here? Get Tagraki down. Yeah, they all seem to have red overlap. Like almost every true damage option in Bounty Hunter. Actually, is it literally every true damage option in Bounty Hunter? It might literally be all of them now that I think about it. End up sharing on red. Like right here is what I was talking about. He's going to take 50 something damage here because we hit the skull. So it gets rid of his barrier before it does the damage proc. What's even nice about that too is Ogress does the stun. So not only do we get to do you in correct order, but you also get to stun him, so our skulls get to do full damage. Which basically counters everything he does, which is kind of convenient. Which truly leaves the only threat being second slot, and hope he doesn't devour us. That's basically the entire team. The entire team is one Valraven and second slot. That's it. Everything else is just a distraction there. And in these battles, it's just the one troop, of course. But this will be a bit of a slower bounty hunter. I feel like we've been getting like slightly under 2 hours. This one's going to take longer than that because this guy is going to be way more annoying. It's not going to be like much longer. But he's definitely going to make some battles take like a whole minute longer than they should otherwise. I probably should have gotten his mana first. I guess it doesn't matter much. As long as we hit at least one blue mana, we'll be fine. And you're dead. Yeah, Corpse Mirror is pretty beneficial. Normally I would run Corpse Mirror in... Oh yeah, Corpse Mirror doesn't use red. But the main reason why I use Corpse Mirror is because it covers different colors. So you have more of a color range. But the other reason for using Corpse Mirror is it does mana accumulation. So you could do like a board control proc and everything like that. Because Tagraki doesn't get any board control. This thing doesn't get any board control. The Rift Links doesn't get any board control like a lot of the other ones. I believe actually all the other ones don't really do anything to the board. But Corpse Mirror does, which is normally why you see me starting with it. But there are some situations like this week where it is actually more beneficial to not run Corpse Mirror. While it is normally the go-to option, there are situations where the other ones are also good. It really depends on what the final battle is, because of course most of Bounty Hunter, which I wish was something they would kind of tweak. It's something that kind of never really made much sense about Bounty Hunter, because you get a variety of battles going all the way up. However, the game mode then becomes just doing the exact same battle over and over again at the end. Which isn't too bad from a loot perspective, because, you know, it makes it quicker if you already know what the battle's going to be. It does make it a little more tedious, because, you know, you're going to the same battle every single time. I wish they would do something a little bit different for that. Not sure if they ever will. That's one thing I've always found weird about Bounty Hunter. Because you kind of breeze through the first 19, and then you end up camping 20 for like 3/4 of the time. Of the total amount of time that you spend in Bounty Hunter. So for the beginning of it, you have high variation. But then towards the end of Bounty Hunter, for a good majority of it, you fight the same fight every single time. Instead of having a bit of variation. It just seemed kind of weird how it's structured. Especially with how the reward system is. Like, that would make sense if you didn't have to go too deep into it to get all rewards. But you have to spend, like, at least, like, an hour on a given Bounty Hunter, if not more. Just spamming the final battle. Like, if it was only half an hour, that would make a little more sense. Like, 15 to a half an hour. But, you're spending more time spamming the final battle than you are not spamming the final battle. It's just weird with how it's scaled. If nothing else, it makes Bounty Hunter easier. But I also could have just made it shorter. Hello, Meta. What's our guild? Dragon's Peak. We've been in it for, I want to say, 1,200 days. Even that's actually starting to get pretty old. What is that, like almost 4 years old now, our guild? Let's see, we can actually check just by going into that one menu. I'll go check it after this battle. But yeah, we made that guild, that was actually the week we went, tried getting rank 1 for PvP. Back when PvP was even remotely relevant. But, gosh, I like barely even touch PvP these days. But that's actually when we started the guild. It was one of the weeks that we went for leaderboard on it. Way, way back when. I'm not sure why I did that. I should have done the owl. The good old owl. And if that didn't kill him, we had Tagraki. Yeah, we're about to gain a level. Okay, let me actually double check. I'm actually curious what that number is. Oh, I still have the Easter set up. Still haven't changed the outfit. Let's see. Oh gosh, why did I say 1,000 something days? Gosh, I've lost track of all sense of time. 2,000 something days. So, we ended up making the guild 2,108 days ago. How many years is that? Calculator, go. What is 2,108 divided by 365? 2,108 divided by 365. That is not the number I'm looking for. That is the minus button. 2108 divided by 365. Oh yeah, it's almost 6 years old. Oh wait, we actually ended up making that the first year? Interesting. We made that on our... Oh, I guess that makes sense. Because that's around when we started live streaming. Oh! You know what? We actually can figure out when we started live streaming. Because this was the week we first started streaming when we made this guild. Like 3 days into the... when we started live streaming, I think. Like 3 or 4 days after was when we made this guild. Oh yeah, so yeah, the guild is also almost 6 years old. Interesting. That's also around when we started live streaming. Because we actually made it on a live stream. It was like the first week we were ever live streaming, we made the guild. Anyways, where were we? Let's keep doing Bounty Hunter. Why not Dragon King? It actually defaults to that in your guild. Like, if I go to my guild menu, it says we're the Dragon King. You wait, can you actually change it in this game? I think you can, but it defaults to Dragon King, which I found funny. Like, there's a few different ones that you can end up making it. Like, some preset ones. I think you can customize it to anything, I think. Or maybe it is only presets. I don't remember these days. Something I don't bother with. But one of the presets actually does have you as Dragon King if you're the leader of the guild, which is pretty funny. I can't remember if you could change them completely or not in this game. I generally have not bothered changing it in years. If it has ever even been changed to begin with. So I do not remember. It's buried in that one guild menu. You can only see it if you're the guild admin, though. Let's see, where even is the tab? Guild admin. Where is it? Yeah, I think you can change what it's called, right? Yeah, you can actually change it to anything, but they have like different preset ones. I forget how to scroll through the different preset ones. Wait, can you not do that anymore? I'm not sure if you can. But, can you actually not change them to different ones? Maybe if you click these. I don't want to click them, though, in case it actually does change it. Are there requirements? Yeah, the most noteworthy one in our guild is 2 million gold per week. But aside from that, we don't really have many other requirements other than just, you know, participate in all guild-related events. Oh, we currently don't have any room left. But, I don't know, we're normally recruiting, I would say, at least, like, once a month, if not more. We tend to not kick too many people. So, unless people are, like, leaving the game or anything like that, this is generally when we, have recruitment slots. We very rarely actually kick people. Yeah, earlier on in the game, the amount of gold can be a little hard. Later on, it becomes a lot easier to get a lot of gold, though. Like, I forget we even have a 2 million gold requirement sometimes. It's just something I keep throwing at the guild as the number keeps going up. Because our current gold right now is from me hitting 10 million and then throwing 2 million at the gold every week, on the guild, I mean. So if anything that we have beyond 10 million is just excess gold. And I think we have like 9 million right now, which we should probably just go put into the guild at some point. Actually, maybe I'll do it tomorrow for the 10-year anniversary. I mean, the 6-year anniversary, I mean. Of the channel. We'll go dump all of our gold. Not literally all of it. I like keeping at least 10,000. But we'll dump the rest in there. Oh, did I say 10,000? I meant 10 million. But yeah, we can actually put a whole 10 million in there as well. Because I like making sure I have at least 10 million. But gosh, we have such a surplus. Did I not even do 2 million yet this week? Why does it feel like I have so much gold right now? Ah, okay, interesting. Maybe I'll throw a 10 million in tomorrow then. Anyways, let's keep going. Do you have any plans for the 10-year anniversary yet? Gosh, I have no clue. Not the slightest clue. I barely even had plans for this year. No, this year our goal is to try to get to the Horde Mimic. I know that's been our goal for like weeks now. However, it hasn't changed. I still need that Horde Mimic. But if there was any day that would be special to get it on, it would definitely be tomorrow. For the 6-year anniversary of the game. I mean, of the channel, I mean. Actually, isn't this year the 8-year anniversary of the game? Because I believe they were already on 7. So this year will be 8 for them. Oh, why am I hitting you first? Oops, that's concerning. That's a lot of mana. I don't have a drop for the other thing. Oh, yes we do, because the other red moved right into position. Perfect. Very convenient. Take a skull there just to make sure he dies. Take you out. It's probably a match. Ooh, we got a lucky cascade there. I do 6 million gold for 6 years. But yeah, I will be covering the hero class tier list for the anniversary tomorrow. Been meaning to cover that video for quite some time. To such a degree, I've never even covered it to begin with. Like, I never even covered an initial one. It's not like we're updating a one. I've actually never bothered. Like, we've talked about it many times, like aspects of it. But I've actually never covered a tier list for all classes. Until tomorrow. That should be up hopefully before the noon stream. Where we'll be doing the anniversary stream. Probably sometime that morning. Because why did I do that? I could just kill it with Skull instead. Will we be doing a variety stream? It's going to be focused on trying to get the Horde Mimic in Gems of War. However, for my sanity's sake, we might be switching to a few other things here and there. Just so I don't go insane. Because I'm not sure I could actually consecutively farm sitting in a chair for like 10 hours doing just that. So we might switch it up here and there. We'll see how it goes. Depends how lucky we get on mimics. Like, it's a lot funner if we keep getting drops. If we go like 3 hours dry with nothing, then that's going to be quite a bit of a different situation. Yeah, we should do another variety stream again. It's been a while. I should have saved it for tomorrow. Nah. I'm fine doing it all now. Bounty doesn't even take that long. Even if we saved it for tomorrow, it would take under 2 hours to finish. Like, Bounty Hunter doesn't take that long these days. Like, as stats keep going higher and higher, it becomes increasingly quicker to do Bounty Hunter on a given week. To such a degree that we've been averaging under 2 hours, so this one might take closer to 2 hours or even higher, just because this battle is a lot more annoying than the average final Bounty Hunter battle. But lately, we've been doing some pretty good times on them lately. Saving all the chests to open at once makes it more interesting. We have a lot of vault keys we could do. Actually, that would be a funny break to do when we're doing the grind tomorrow. We could try opening like 1 billion vault keys and then hand out a drop when we find a power. Like literally every power orb we find, we could end up handing out a code or something like that. Because we're going to hand out probably like 3 to 5 redeem codes tomorrow's stream. It's just going to be one long stream from around noon to 9 or noon to 10 or so. At least that's the game plan anyways. Should probably be able to keep to it though. And that's in Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know what time that is 3 hours from now tomorrow. So 15 hours from now. So we'll be doing that stream. I just realized, we only did tier 5, so we might actually not have enough to finish Bounty Hunter today. I kind of forgot about that. Well, maybe we will be finishing Bounty Hunter tomorrow. Whoever suggested that, though we're not going to be doing that many battles. But if I'm not mistaken, we're actually going to be like 2 sigils short or something. It depends where the Valraven falls. Depends where it falls. Oh, I hate that so much. Why can't you target the bomb gems? There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. Like, you could, like, clicking on them and it's like, well, I want to go. That's because it just doesn't let you. It's kind of weird. Like, there's no real reason why they shouldn't. It's just because they probably forgot to code it. So it doesn't have any functionality with it. I wouldn't be surprised if most glitches with power gems are like that. Where they just kind of forget about interactions within the game, and they just don't make it behave correctly with those interactions. Because there's no real reason why you shouldn't be able to directly destroy a bomb gem. You had tier 5 and lost a Raven due to targeting Devourer first and still finished on last sigil. Oh, okay, nice. Oh yeah, that's also why I kept going for Valraven first. Because if you go for Devourer first, Valraven's probably going to get away sometimes. And I'd rather risk losing to Devourer than risk the Valraven escaping. Because at least with enough luck, you could still kill the really hard Devourer unit. But if the Valraven runs away, you can't, like, undo that. Like, if he gets the Devour off, you can still win. It just makes it take longer. But if you lose a Valraven, you can't get that back. Of course, the other issue is going for the Valraven first and then losing to Devour Troop, in which case you lose not only the Valraven, but also the win for the battle. So I feel like that'd be a very rare situation. They'll be polling that on Sunday to see how many people have had that happen to them. I'm really curious, like, the number of people who would poll for getting 4 wiped on it. Like, by Sunday, it has to be at least some % of people. I don't know, has anyone actually been 4 wiped by it yet? The Devour Troop on second slot here? Like, it's definitely very possible. Actually, isn't there a Devouring Troop bounty troop? You could technically try countering that way. The team competition would be slower than running something like this, though. But it would be kind of funny to have a Devourer as a counter to the Devour mechanic. Which is funny whenever Devour is super meta in Gems of War, because Devour's best counter is another Devourer more often than not. It's one of the best ways to counter Devour is to devour the Devourer. Because then they steal your stats, but then you steal all their stats and the stats that they stole from you. And then you got a big beefy troop. What level did you get your first mythic? Oh, well, that's on my newer accounts that we've done in the past. I think most of them were able to do it before level 100. I think for most people, realistically, they do it like slightly before 1,000. My first mythic was at a pretty high level because mythics didn't exist at the time. Because I believe I was over level 1,000 or at 1,000, which I think was cap at the time. I was either at 1,000 cap, back when 1,000 was a cap, or we were like 1,100, 1,200. Very soon after they raised the cap. I actually can't remember back then. But we were pretty high level mostly because of they didn't exist prior. Because there's a mechanic that came in about, I want to say 2 years into the game? Like a year or two. Can't remember exactly when. Let's see, we'll take that one over. Yeah, mythics at least are easier to get than ever in the current state of the game. Getting all of them is still ridiculously hard. But, like, the amount of resources that you gain are so high these days, particularly for Nomapalooza. Like, the resource rate for pretty much everything just keeps moving upwards, which is actually nice. Like, the only thing that has really gone down is soul farming and gold farming. In the current state of the game is ever so slightly slower than the best rate that has ever existed. However, oh no, I went for the other order. Yeah, this is the problem when you do other order. Now Valraven could escape. But every single resource gain in the entire game has moved up pretty much slowly, perpetually over time, with the only two exceptions being soul farming and gold farming, which both can be done still at the quickest rate ever. However, their infinitely farmable best rate have both been nerfed indirectly. Okay, let's see if the Valraven escapes. Let's hope not. Okay, good. We got lucky there. But that's what happens when you kill the Devour Troop first. You have to risk like a 30% Valraven cast. Because that's likely going to give it enough time, even if you count the yellows for it to get its mana. Which is why I keep going for the Valraven first in that situation. I didn't for this battle. That's normally why you want to. Because if we didn't get lucky there, that would have been a lost Valraven. Either way, you're dealing with a 30% roll. But the 30% roll with the Devour Troop, at least you can undo it by not losing. The Valraven 30% you can't undo. Oh wait, is there actually a bounty troop called Devourer? That's funny. I know that there are a few that can devour. And I do remember there's one really Devour heavy one. I forgot his name was actually Devourer though. That's pretty funny. Quite a fitting name. I remember most of the Devourer rates in Bounty Hunter being pretty abysmal. Yeah, I know that's a bounty troop. I believe it's the one of the only that can as well. I think there's like one that does it based on some weird condition, and then one other one that always does it. Or maybe I'm confusing it because I know one of them does it based on like a Naga condition, but maybe that's also the one that also is the isn't that the one? Because there's like one that you get like a Devourer condition based on. Oh, never mind. This thing is called Devourer. I see. I see what you mean now. That one's called Devourer. That's not a bounty troop, right? Oh no, it is. Wait, is it all a bounty troop? I kind of forgot about him. But yeah, there's this one, and then there's the one that does it based on Naga. Which one is the Naga one? I know there's a bounty troop that like doubles its rate, or maybe it only does it when it's a Naga. This one, 25% chance to devour an enemy, with double the chance if they are a Naga. That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, there are a couple. Some based on certain conditions. That one based on it doing its thing off of skulls. Yeah, there's a few of them. Which means, yes, you could technically use himself to counter himself. That is true. But yeah, the one I was thinking of was the Naga Flytrap one. Because that's a lot more consistent of a rate. The only problem with it is you have to deal with, what's it called? The fact that most battles aren't Nagas, like at all. So instead of having a 50% rate, you only have a 25%. Which is still more consistent than this. But it's still a limiting factor. It looks like this bounty hunter's still going and going to take us like an hour and, what, 20 minutes? I'm not sure why, like, every time we do bounty hunter, I feel like it's quicker than the last. Like, we've done under an hour bounty before. I remember when bounty used to take us like 3 hours or something. Though this was also when stats were way, way lower. Or, you know, the things you were battling against were just as high. But, you know, the player stats were lower. But, yeah, we're almost like an hour into the stream. And we're pretty much done. And this was on a more annoying bounty hunter week, too. This isn't even an easy bounty week. Like, this is one of the harder ones we've had in a while. Not sure why I did it in that order. I actually want to do this first. The reason for this is to make sure he has full mana, not to do damage. But instead to get the 1 mana I needed. Please let me cast. There we go. Do I post tips on new players? Yes. We've covered a lot of guides on the past. I've been meaning to update some of the older guides as well. I've been meaning to cover a returning player guide as well. Because even though I've covered multiple new player guides, I have actually never covered a returning player guide. And there's a lot of things that have changed in the last several years that someone who might have stopped playing like 3 or 4 years ago might not know about. Like literally the entirety of tokens. Because that was added in 2019. So someone who stopped playing like 3-4 years ago would not know what tokens even are. Yet there's like such an integral part of the end game economy now. If they were already kind of completed with the game. For the 6-year anniversary stream, create a new player account? No. We've done that so many times in the past. The last time actually was around 3 years ago when the Switch version came out. Was the last time we ever made a new account. I'm not sure if we're ever going to make another new account though. Like they're really fun for like the first like, I want to say 50-ish hours. But then it's like, why don't I just farm on my main account? Like it feels like at a certain point, it's super fun initially. But then it starts to get to the grindy portion. And then it's like, why am I just not grinding on my main account instead? That's the only problem with making new accounts. Like it's a really fun new player experience. But you eventually hit a point where you make a bit less progress. And it feels like you could just be grinding on your main account instead. Which is normally where most of our new player playthroughs have ended. But that initial burst is like super, super good. Like, especially when you have a lot less options, because you gotta get really creative with what you build. When you lack, like, everything. It's also a good way to show how to use Mang. If there was any reason we'd make a brand new account again, it'd probably be to show a guide video on how to use Mang properly again. Like, I've covered it. I don't think I've covered a video specifically on it. It's a very convoluted topic. But there's, like, a whole meta behind, like, just playing solo Mang. Like, you can win entire battles using just Mang barrier hero class. There's a lot of weird strategy you could do with it. Like, there's almost no battle in the game that you can't win with one hero using Mang. It's a lot slower than most builds, but you don't have access to as many things earlier on in the game. It's a really funny way to just, like, auto-win everything if you know how to use it properly. The problem is when it's most useful in early game, a lot of newer players probably don't know how to use it. This is the only big issue with Mang. Because once you know how to play it, it's insane. But by the time you know how to play it, you probably have better options than Mang. And by better, I mean quicker options, because it's still one of the strongest weapons in the entire game. It's just a very slow option. It's kind of like Dragonian Monk. Like, Dragonian Monk's like another really hard to use, insanely good value troop. But it's too slow to use at a certain point. Like, you'll probably almost never see me use Dragonian Monk. Because even though its value is so absurdly good, and has a lot of really weird trick things that it can do. Like, there's strategy, like, almost entirely for it. He at one point was the only X-shape. I think there's a few X-shape destroys now. But there's like a whole mechanic behind X-shape destroy. Because there's a lot of weird staggering lowering that you can do in order to try to get extra turns and other weird shenanigans on the board. Even to this day, I don't feel like I use it fully properly because there's so much complexity to using an X-shape. Like, it's a lot more complicated than using a plus. Because the amount of distance you get down on stuff can be staggered downwards depending on what you want to do. Like right here, we could do what? We could, like, do a blue down there. Oh, we can't get the skull there, though, with it, too. Like, there's so many things you would have to check to do it properly. We could also go for, like, a red here by going for down right there. Which would also allow us to do the X right there, which actually be really good. Wait, did I get the right row? No, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, yeah, that is off by 1. Oh, you can't do it on the other side. Yeah, this board's not as good of a board for it. For the X shape. That's the other problem with using Monk, though. Like, you have to spend so much time looking over the board to make sure you actually have a correct move. That's just not worth using a lot of the time. But when you don't have as many good options, you gotta use every bit of value you can get on a turn. Because I know on pretty much every new player account we've ever had, like at level 100, we were taking on level like 1200s. Like we were taking on like 4 mythic teams. With like an account that started on like day 2. There's a lot of really broken mechanics. That we normally don't play around with because they're too slow to mess with. Once you reach a certain point. What do we take here? Throw that down there. Throw the poke over there. Yeah, the rarity of trait stones is increased based on how far you go into explore. If you're looking for like arcanes and celestials, it is ideal to farm explore 12. If you just want like a general high amount of tokens, you could do a lower one. I mean of metals, I'll say the right one eventually. Of trait stones, I mean. However, if you're looking for the really high rarity ones, you normally want to do high level explorer. The low level explorer can still give it. Like you can keep spamming like explore 1 or like Rowan on 2, 3, or 4 and still get like celestials and arcanes. It's just less likely. That does still happen. Okay, was it the final battle? I think it was. Oh yeah, we never handed out a code. I should probably go do that. But there we go. We were done with the bounty hunter. Oh, and whoever said they got it done without that Vow Raven, you're correct. Because we actually have exactly 1 Vow Raven of leeway here. So even if that 1 Vow Raven that casted on us and stayed, even if that would have left, we still would have had enough battles. Because we would have 2 less sigils if that one escaped. But we would, you know, we'd still have hit 0 right there. Which would mean we would have gotten it done. Okay, let's see what we get. And then we'll go hand out a code. Come on, power. We haven't gotten a power in such a long time. It's been over a year for sure. Oh wait, we finally got the portrait for the owl. Cool. Nice. That one's been in the game for a while, but we never got the portrait for it. Because it just came out today. Come on, power, power, blue, purple. Ooh. We got a blue. Major blue. Okay, that was worth it. Anyways, let me go hand out a code. I still haven't done it yet. Let me go do that. Use it on gemsofwar.com. Oh wait, I just realized I need to go ask for more codes. Wait, how many codes do I have left? I gotta be careful with how I hand out codes tomorrow. Because we are almost out. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can hand out like 5 or 6 codes tomorrow maybe. And then we have 1 for Sunday night, and then I'm out. Or maybe we'll do like 5 tomorrow, then 1 on Sunday, 1 on Monday, and hopefully we'll have more by then. But yeah, I forgot, I need to go ask her. She normally doesn't get around to it till like Sunday anyways. Even if I ask her like right now. But yeah, hopefully she'll get around to that soon. Because, due to tomorrow, how many codes we're going to be handing out, I'm going to be running out almost immediately. Because we got 7 left. I don't know, maybe we'll hand out 6 tomorrow because this is the 6-year anniversary stream. I would only leave 1 left for Sunday then. And then if we don't get more by Monday, we'll be out. So we might have a lot of codes on tomorrow, but it might mean we don't have any codes for a little while. Because I'm not sure how quick she's going to get back to us. Sometimes she does it within a day, other times it takes like weeks. Get her to get us the codes. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code for tonight. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says in the bottom left corner over there is what you put in for your invite code underneath settings. Our redeem code is right over there in chat. It's copy paste random numbers and letters starting with HS. And it gives the same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And definitely feel free to leave a like on stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated as always. And of course only usable on PC mobile version of the game. Anyways, is there any other dailies worth doing? Nothing there. Obviously, we'll take out dungeons real quick. And then maybe we'll go run a chest or 2. We'll go run at least 1 chest. Gotta get at least 1 chest for, from the Mimic Gods. See if they will grace us with the Horde Mimic. Though maybe I shouldn't. What if we actually get it? Then what will we grind for tomorrow? A 2nd Horde Mimic? I highly doubt we will get a Horde Mimic off of 1 chest. Yeah, maybe we'll only go for 1. Because what if we actually did get it? That'd be kind of funny. Because our main goal of tomorrow's stream, which probably will not be met, but we're going to try to do it, is get the Horde Mimic, the troop. Will we get it? Who knows? RNG shall decide. So that'd be a little bit of a funny fail if we actually got it the night before. I definitely wouldn't mind though. Anyways, let's go, let's try one chest. I'm not gonna do too many though, because what if we actually do get it? I highly doubt it though. We would need an absurd amount of luck to get it within just a few chests. Well, we'll do one of them. See what our luck is today. If nothing else, maybe we'll get a Nisha. We got a double Nisha last night. Which, while that isn't the Horde Mimic, still a pretty good drop. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be doing the 6-year anniversary stream for the channel, which will be starting around noon Eastern Standard Time, which is about 15 hours from now. We'll be streaming a bunch of Horde Mimic grinding, and might do a little bit of variety in there. We'll see. So our main focus is going to be, can we get the Horde Mimic finally? Answer, probably no, though it's not going to stop us from trying. We'll hand out like 5 or 6 redeem codes across the stream, which will probably be around 9 or 10 hours long, I want to say. And we'll also go through the time when our normal Gems of War stream is, so you probably won't see a notification tomorrow night, because we're just going to be doing one continuous stream that will not tangent for the other thing. We'll be doing Gems of War at that time, but it's not going to be like a separate stream. It's still going to be part of the very long stream. Hey, we got a hero level. I'll put that into purple, as we do always. What is a Horde Mimic? A Horde Mimic is a new troop that was added in the most recent patch about a month ago. It is the hardest thing in the entire game to get, to such a degree it is literally the only thing we do not own underneath troops. It is a mythic that only drops when you do Explore. Basically, whenever you open a chest and Explore, there's a 10% chance that it will give you 2 times the loot, then a 10% chance that that 2 times loot box will be a 5 times loot, and then a 20% chance in that 5 times loot chest that you'll have a Horde Mimic. We found it 5 times and have with 20% chance each time, and have not gotten it yet, unfortunately. However, we'll get it eventually. It's out there somewheres. But yeah, it's the hardest thing to get in the entire game. If you check like Steam achievements, or pretty much any achievements, it's at like 0.1, 0.2. I think specifically on Steam, it's at oh, that's not the one I wanted. What's our profile? Wait, how do I get to achievements? View achievements. Was that not what I clicked? Apparently not. Okay. Yeah, 0.1%. Also this one that we haven't gotten yet. But yeah, 0.1% of people have gotten it. Very small number. It's really hard to grind for. But we're still hunting for it. It's out there somewheres. Oh yeah, let me go finish the chest. I got a level and got distracted. Let me go get our one chest for the stream. I don't know. I personally feel like it's closer to 10%. But some data did show that it seems to be 20%. I'm very doubtful that it is. Like, it definitely feels like it's 10%. Like, all the data I've accumulated shows that it's closer to 10%. But some other people's data shows it's pretty accurately 20%. But my data doesn't show that for whatever reason. And by my data, I mean like what we've done from polls on our stream and stuff like that. As well as our own accumulated data from, you know, playing. Let's go get our one chest. Then we'll call it a night. And then celebrate 6 years of this. Or particularly the 6-year mark of when we started doing the weekly videos. Hey, secondly, the 6-year marks of when we started streaming was sometime in July of this year. Would be the 6-year mark for that. I always based it on when the channel pretty much started. So it's not when the channel on YouTube says it actually started. Because this was just like a random account I would use for like commenting on stuff. Like it didn't like start until we like started doing videos on a regular basis. Which is what I base it off of. My 6 years of not having Horde Mimic. Have no problem for the code, everyone. Is the troop at least good? No. The troop is really bad. The Horde Mimic is, it's not like the worst troop in the game, but it has a very similar problem to a few other mythics. Most notably things like Stonehammer and guards. What's the other guard one called? Guard Shield? I don't remember. It's guard something. But they have an issue where they're really durable and hard to kill, but they have such a high mana cost relative to what they do that they just block your mana, and they're just not worth using. Like, it's under the category of super tanky mythic that is not any good, because it's sitting there tanking for you, but it's also giving you like no additional value. And that category of mythic is really bad. Like, pretty much everything under that category is bad. At least under the mythic category, because their mana cost is too high. Like, non-mythics that do it are actually not that bad. Like Gorgoltha. Gorgoltha has cleanse for itself, a lot of mana accumulation for 15. And it's kind of like that if it was in like a mythic form. But the thing that makes it actually viable is it doesn't have a mythic mana cost. It only has a 15 mana cost rather than like a 20-something. Which is one of the reasons why it's not actually bad. It's definitely less meta in the current state of the game, but it's definitely doable, workable. Like, it's functionable in the current state of the game. It's not as good as it used to be, even though it hasn't really been changed, but it is still good. Like, you can still build a team around Gorgoltha. Obviously with him as first slot. That pretty much has never changed. There's almost no Gorgoltha team that would run him in not first. Like, everyone does, or every first slot, or every Gorgoltha team pretty much runs him first. There are some very rare situations that you run him second, but almost all of them are first slot. If we find a 5 times tonight, we shouldn't open it till tomorrow. Well, good, because we didn't. It's just a normal, useless chest, as per usual. But anyways, guys, yeah, we'll do the 6-year anniversary stream tomorrow. Also, hello, Trilogy. Welcome, welcome. And goodbye, goodbye. Because we'll be ending it here. As I mentioned, we'll be back in 14.5 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, or sorry, noon Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be doing like a 9, 10-ish hour stream. Most of it will be Gems of War, and most of it will probably be Mimic farming. I might throw a few other things in there while we're messing around with stuff. We'll see. But that's pretty much the game plan for tomorrow. We should have a video up in the morning going over the hero class tier list as well. Something I've been meaning to cover for a while that should hopefully be up before we do that stream. And that's pretty much the game plan for tomorrow. How do you link your PC and mobile account? You have to go underneath your settings, and there's a place that you can link it. I don't want to click there yet because I forget where it shows it. But if you go under account, it shows that somewhere's under there. I don't want to click because I forget exactly where it shows your username and password. And obviously I don't want to accidentally show it on stream. But yeah, somewhere's under that account section. You just set it up, and then make sure to set it up through the one where your account actually is. And then you just put that info in on the other platform that you want that info on. Or, you know, where you want the account to be. And then boom, you're good to go. Unfortunately, you cannot connect Xbox to mobile. Only PC Mobile has cross-platform. Every console version is its own independent version of the game that does not have cross-platform, unfortunately. The only PC Mobile has cross-platform. And I'm not sure if they're ever going to add it to the other platforms or not. It is something they might do into the future, but it's been years and they still haven't, so not sure if they ever will. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy your weekends. Best of luck with everything. Thank you so much for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys soon, and hopefully for the 6-year anniversary of the channel tomorrow. And we'll be handing out 1 billion codes, hopefully 5 or 6 of them. Hopefully 6. 6 for the 6-year anniversary. We have enough that we can get away with it, so might as well. See you guys then. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching as always, and for the continued support over the last 6 years. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.